Hello, friends. Only 1 month remains before this year reaches its end, and I want to speak directly to those of you who dream of a better life, yet feel stuck behind your own excuses. Many people are brave enough to imagine a different future, but they never take the actions required to reach it. They speak of big ambitions, but somewhere deep inside, something keeps pulling them back into the same old patterns. If you have ever felt this invisible force inside you, then listen very carefully, because today I will reveal the true enemy that stops you from fulfilling your greatest potential. This enemy is not outside you. It is not society. It is not your family. It is not your circumstances. Your greatest enemy lives inside your own mind. It hides behind comfort, distraction, laziness, doubt, and fear. Ancient samurai understood this enemy thousands of years before modern psychology gave it a name. They called it the shadow spirit, the quiet inner resistance that appears whenever you try to grow. Sun Tzu once said that if you know the enemy and know yourself, then you need not fear the result of 100 battles. Today, I will tell you a story that will help you understand this enemy completely. It is the story of a young samurai apprentice named Kenji, and hidden within the story are 7 powerful lessons that can transform your life if you understand them deeply. Many years ago, at the foot of Mount Kurama, there lived a young warrior named Kenji. He was strong and he was intelligent, and he believed he was destined for greatness. He dreamed of becoming a legendary samurai whose name would be remembered for centuries. However, although his dreams were large, his actions were small. Every morning when the monks struck the training bell and the students ran to the courtyard, Kenji remained sitting on his mat. A soft voice inside his mind whispered that he was tired, that he should rest just a little longer, and that he would begin with full force tomorrow. While others practiced their sword forms beneath the morning sun, Kenji sat beneath the cedar trees, imagining the glory he would achieve someday. What Kenji did not understand was that this soft voice was not a friend. It was the ancient shadow spirit of resistance, a quiet force that convinces a person to delay their destiny. It never shouts. It never scares you openly. It wraps you in comfort and tells you that tomorrow will be easier. One morning, the dojo received a visit from an elderly master named Hiroshi, a man famous for shaping ordinary students into extraordinary warriors. When he inspected the training grounds, he discovered that the area assigned to Kenji was covered in dark, twisted vines filled with sharp thorns. The field looked abandoned. When the master asked Kenji why it had been left in such a state, Kenji smiled and said that he was simply waiting for the perfect moment to begin. He insisted that when the right day came, he would train with unmatched intensity. He promised that he would start tomorrow, or perhaps the day after. Master Hiroshi had heard these excuses many times before, and he understood immediately what was happening. Instead of arguing, he reached into his robe and removed 2 small seeds. One seed glowed softly like gold. The other was black and pulsed with a strange energy. He placed both seeds in Kenji's hand and explained their meaning. The golden seed represented Kenji's destiny. If he cared for it every single day, it would grow into a magnificent tree that symbolized strength, discipline, clarity, and mastery. The dark seed represented resistance. It would grow without any effort at all. Even if he ignored it completely, it would still spread rapidly and choke everything around it. Hiroshi told him that every human being carries both seeds within their mind. One represents potential, the other represents excuses. Kenji swore that he would take care of both seeds correctly, and he planted them the very next morning. However, the following day, the shadow spirit whispered in his mind again. It told him that nothing would change if he rested for just one day. Kenji believed the excuse, and he did not water the golden seed. By evening, a small vine had already emerged from the dark seed. The next day, the voice returned. It told him that removing a tiny vine would be easy and that he could take care of it tomorrow. Kenji believed it once again. The dark vines began multiplying. 1 vine became 3. 3 became 10. Within a month, the entire training area was filled with twisted weeds. The villagers laughed whenever they passed by, and they called Kenji a warrior of big dreams and small actions. When Kenji finally returned to his field and saw what had happened, his heart grew heavy. The golden seed had grown into a weak and fragile sprout. Its leaves were pale and struggling for survival. The dark vines of resistance had taken over everything. This moment became his awakening. He finally recognized how easily a person can lose to the enemy inside their own mind. Kenji remembered Master Hiroshi's words and made a powerful promise to himself. He vowed that he would never again say the words, "I will start tomorrow." He bent down and began tearing the vines from the ground with his bare hands. The thorns cut into his palms and blood marked the soil, but he continued removing the weeds until he could not move his arms any longer. For the first time in his life, he felt honest effort instead of imagined effort. The next morning, the shadow spirit returned and tried to protect him with excuses. It warned him that his hands were injured and that he should rest. Yet Kenji walked to his field without responding. The more he worked, the weaker the voice became. The more action he took, the more the resistance inside him dissolved. After 30 days of consistent effort, the dark vines appeared less often. After 6 months, they were almost gone. After 1 year, the villagers who once laughed at him now bowed when he passed by. Kenji had become a true samurai, not because he had extraordinary talent, but because he had defeated the enemy within. This story reveals 7 powerful lessons. The first lesson is that resistance is real, and it lives inside every human being. The second lesson is that resistance grows automatically without any effort. The third lesson is that you must start before you are ready, because waiting for the perfect moment is the greatest trap of all. The fourth lesson is that resistance always lies by offering logical excuses that keep you stuck. The fifth lesson is that you are not the enemy. Resistance is a separate force that must be recognized and defeated. The sixth lesson is that you must work every single day in order to keep resistance weak. The seventh lesson is that resistance never disappears completely, even for masters. It must be cut daily, just like weeds in a field. Now that you understand the nature of resistance, you will understand why the 30-day samurai transformation system is so powerful. For 30 days, you will water your golden seed through consistent discipline, and you will cut the dark vines of resistance through intentional daily action. You will follow the wisdom of Zen monks, the discipline of ancient warriors, and the principles of neuroplasticity that reshape the mind. These next 30 days can pass like any ordinary month, or they can become the beginning of your transformation into a stronger, sharper, and more focused version of yourself. The choice belongs entirely to you.